Unless you have been through some sort of unpleasant experience in your life, in your love life, about any situation, you'll never be able to understand how that person is feeling when they finally decide to open up to you about their issues, about their heartbreak, about their problems, about their pain, what they are going through. Until you personally feel it, you experience the consequences and the effects of that issue, of that problem, you'll never be able to understand them. That's why they say you cannot give what you do not have. And that is exactly what I've gone through. So you need to be able to understand their situation after going through it, after experiencing it, to be able to help them. Unless you have been there, you have experienced that heartbreak. Unless you have been dumped before, you can never know how they feel. Until you chase after someone and then they ignore you. Until you try to communicate with them and then they pretend as if they never saw your calls or your messages. They never try to respond at all. Until you try your best to give them love, to show them love, and then they don't return that love. You can never know how it feels to go through that. So you need to go through that experience, because you can vividly remember each and everything that you have gone through, the pain, how it happened. You can never forget that. However much you can try to move on, you can try to accept the situation and learn from it and use it to better yourself in the future. For any other person who is listening, you can read about it in the news, you can watch the TV, you can watch social media about people's issues, about problems. You will sympathize with them, you can even cry, you will feel sad for them for a short while, but in a few days you can even easily forget about it. So unless you experience it, you can never know how someone else may be camped on someone's door because the person refused to answer their calls, waiting for them, waiting for an explanation as to why they are not doing that. How the father of your children left you, a single mother, and went out with someone else. How someone dumped you and went out with your best friend. You can never understand how someone promised you heaven and earth, and then they left you in a short while. They broke your heart. How when you confessed your love to them, they tell you, give me a period of, for example, a year, then I sort out my feelings. Yet they are actually married somewhere else. They are just wasting your time. How someone introduced you to their parents as a workmate, as a work colleague. Yet all along you thought you are their partner. You thought they are your soulmates. So unless you understand, unless you go through all that, you'll never be able to help another.